back to the Diabetic Diet Show. Today's show is going to be one of my favorites. This is a repeat recipe. I make it often. It's show number 268, and it's lemon, honey, roasted garlic chicken with potatoes. It's real easy to make, and it just tastes fantastic. So let's get started with our ingredients. We have rosemary, sage, thyme, oregano, garlic salt or regular salt, pepper, onion powder, lemon and honey, garlic, canned peeled potatoes, olive oil, white wine, and some Ziploc bags. We start out with our chicken fresh from the grocery store. We put it in a Ziploc bag. I buy those at the dollar store by the handful. In my bag, I've already salt and peppered these. Then I'm going to take and put them out here on my pan, and I'm going to mix up the spice for them. The spice is going to be lemon, honey, and olive oil. So I'm using my store-bought olive oil that I bought one time when I ran out, because normally I get my olive oil from my sister. So here's my olive oil. Let's start out with our chicken, our olive oil, and I'm shaking it around inside my container, which is going to get the walls all full of olive oil so that my honey doesn't stick. I'm sprinkling the oil on top of the chicken. Then I'm putting some honey in there, and I'm putting some honey in here. Then lemon, lime juice, real lemon, real limes, a little bit of a glug. Not too much. Lemon juice, lime juice is really strong, so go easy on that. Also, you have to rinse the lid so it doesn't stick on you. Then I have some wine. If I can get the lid open, my hands are slippery. Just a little, because this is sweet. Some wine in there. Then just kind of give it a bath in that. Now I already have the salt and pepper in here. Let's start out by putting our ingredients in here. Some things come out really fast. It helps to know what comes out of your shaker fast and what doesn't. Obviously salt. You want to be cool with salt and red cayenne pepper and some things. This here, I don't know if you can put too much of it on there. I have my water boiling for my potatoes. Just a little bit of this because I already did this. And some onion powder. Let's put a little bit of onion powder in here. Then we seal it up. Really good, or really well. My son is watching. He's college educated, so I have to use proper grammar when he watches my shows. Sometimes you can have trouble with these Ziploc bags, so you do want to make sure that they're sealed all the way. And then just give it a shake like this. There you go. Then you want to throw it in the refrigerator for at least 2 hours. Overnight is better. Next thing to do is the potatoes. So I have garlic here that I have already peeled. And just if you see anything on it that you don't like, go ahead and pull that off. And then I'm just using a garlic press for my boiling water. And my potatoes. There we go. Two points for hitting the wastebasket. Next, we want to open the can. I just get these local grocery store. I'm using the brand new can opener. I did read the reviews on this after I bought it. It says to be careful if it goes around more than once, or also it can leave sharp things on the top. And I don't know if that's the old one or the new one, but now I'm aware of that. And I have looked and I don't see the sharp things. So what I'm going to do, just for the fun of it, I'm going to rinse the top of the can. And yes, some metal flakes did come off in the sink. So I guess we have to be careful with that when using this can opener. I only bought it because it was new and improved, and it was fancy and I had to have it. But my old can opener did work fine. One of the benefits about this thing is that you can reseal it. So you can pull it open, and then you can reseal it again and put it in the refrigerator. So I guess that's handy if you use a half a can of something. So here we go. Let's put these in here nice and carefully. Just like that. And let's go ahead and salt the boiling water. And some crushed rosemary. Put that in there, and sage. They're best friends. They like to party together. Okay, and I'm just going to do some regular salt too. And my pepper. Now on that garlic, you could have chopped it if you want. If you do have a chopper or a slicer, you could also have chopped that garlic. So it's lowered the temperature when I put that in, so I have to wait for it to come up again now. So I have my products all ready to roll. I have a brand new marinating brush that I'm going to use and stir this up when I marinate the chicken. It's been more than 2 hours the chicken has been marinating. So I go ahead, pull out the chicken. It's nice and chilled. Been in here swimming. Now I take my aluminum foil. I buy them in pre-made packages like that. And I'm going to put it on my tray to start my chicken. I have my oven preheated to 350 degrees. Now if Barb was here, I would do 4. I would do 2 of these per person because they're really good. All right, now I need to throw this in the oven and be right back. They look delicious. Now I always check with the meat thermometer just to make sure that they're at least 165. They're 170, so that's fantastic. And just for the fun of it, I'll check both of them just to make sure I don't get a misreading or something like that. Yeah, they're real close to each other, so that's a good thing. Now, in the bottom of this container is the grease drippings. You may or may not want them, but they are there. Now, when you cook in a broiler pan like this, you're able to capture them separately. Just like when I cook bacon, that's when I get that bacon grease and I can use that to cook things. So what you need to do is to very carefully, without burning your finger, it's a little warm, pull this open like this. I'm going to set these in here. Then switch hands here, since I'm right-handed. And this is what you either didn't get because you used the broiler pan, or this is what you have to make gravy out of, and use it on top of your chicken, use it with your potatoes, or just pitch it if you decide you want to be super duper healthy. Now I bring this back, and that is still, it's still a little warm. Obviously just came out of an oven. Cooking times, recipes, and all that stuff, that's all over on my website, which is jamestedds.blogspot.com, or right down below where it says YouTube More. Recipes, times, all that kind of stuff is there. So, potatoes are all done. They boiled. So things look pretty good here. I'm just going to open up my new baster. I got a whole load of this stuff from China. I have a whole box of it sitting over here that UPS brought me. I'm going to do a show on all this kind of stuff. It'll be pretty cool. So let's go ahead and stir up this. And just put some on top. Just like that. Looks delicious. Potatoes are just finishing. Now if you want, with these potatoes, what you can do with them is you can put them on this after you boil them for a little bit, and then you can roast them. So kind of a different little bit of an option or a twist there. But here we go, here's the potatoes, and they look delicious. So I'm going to go ahead and plate this up, and I'm looking forward to enjoying this meal. Things are plated up, and I'm just going to put a little bit more pepper on top of the potatoes. I also have a tip for you, maybe a little bit more salt on the potatoes, nice and slow. When you cook chicken like this, always cook it upside down. So you want the bottom facing up for your longest period or your first period. So if you're going to cook 20 minutes per side, start out with the chicken upside down. It just always makes the chicken come out better and crispier. So that's the show for the day. I hope you enjoyed it. I gotta go eat this. See you next time.